Well, hello there. This is Kennedy Brown. And once again, it's time for what? A message in the music. That's right. Let's break down what this song in the background is playing. Right now, we're listening to the Crystals. He's a rebel. Okay, let's break this down, ladies. How many of you out there can actually say that you were not attracted to the rebel? I mean, I'm going to break it down and let you know how it was. I was a girl from Greer High School. Our rival school was Burns High School. Their mascot were rebels. And I can tell you right now that I bet you there's not one Greer High girl who did not go for a Burns rebel at one point in time. But I'm not really talking about, just say, for instance, a rebel can be anywhere. And, you know, we had rebels at Greer High School, too, you know, and we were always attracted to them on the down low. We wouldn't tell anybody, you know. We would say, oh, I wouldn't have him. He's a thug. He's a hoodlum. He's this and that. But you walk your butt down that hall by yourself one day, and you see that rebel guy, perhaps stealing out of another person's locker. You're going to walk on past him, but he's going to say something to you because although he's seen you in a crowd, he's never seen you to himself. And then, you know, then again, you're such a quiet little girl, he probably thinks you might be a snitch. So he's going to holler at you to keep you from telling what you saw him doing. And then, you know what? You're going to fall for it. And you're going to fall in love with a rebel who will never be any good. This guy is no good at all, but you know what? He looks good, and that's what it's all about. But when your mom tells you get rid of him, he looks even better. So who out here can actually say they never wanted a rebel in their life? If you never had one in your life, Sister Kate, I feel sorry for you. You better go out and get you a bad boy. Get you a rebel. He'll never be any good, but you'll be smiling at the memories. This is Kennedy Brown. Love ya. Mwah. Well, hello there. This is Kennedy Brown. And once again, it's time for a message in the music. Do you hear what I hear? Now, in the background, I hear the Tempting Temptations singing Just My Imagination, Running Away With Me. And baby, let me tell you, Eddie Kendrick is working that center for all it's worth. But I think I have a word of advice for anyone who ever made this song their mantra. Okay, in this song, we have a guy who just sits and watches a girl walk by his window every day. I don't know if he's too shy to say anything to her. I don't know if he's intimidated, but one of the two. So he's sitting there, and what he has done, like he said, his imagination is running away with him. He sees this woman as his wife. He sees this woman as giving him children, but yet he doesn't know anything about her. Where is she going when she walks past your house? She could be going home to a man, and I'm pretty sure that if she is, whatever the situation in that house is probably far from your imagination. I'm betting you right now this girl is passing by your window and she's walking home. Okay, first thing lets me know, we know that these are teenagers because she's walking, she's not driving yet. And we know this have to be back in, you know, as late as the 60s or the 70s because there are no Uber drivers. So he doesn't know anything. He can't look her up on the internet. He's just going by what he sees. Because in this time, you know, he didn't have to worry about a woman passing by his window and going home, getting undressed and becoming a man. He didn't have to worry about Eve going home, turning back to Steve. Let's say this was a true girl that he was in love with. But at that age, it has to be your imagination, bruh. Why are you even imagining having children at such a young age with someone you don't even know? This girl could be in a world of trouble. She could be, you don't know, she could be a member of a dang gang. But you let your imagination run away with you. And even if you were adults, you don't sit and wish that you had someone else's lifestyle because you don't know what that person is going through. You don't know. She could be sitting home while her man is out paying bills. Do you want to take his place? No. She could be sitting home while her man is out working, paying for child support for her children that are not even his. But Yet you're walking around, sitting there in your imagination, thinking you've seen the golden girl. When honestly, you probably already have someone. You know, you have a Miss Right now, and you think the person walking past your door is Miss Right. You don't even know this woman. Get out of your imagination. If she's worth it, try to make it a realization. And then once you make a realization, if you still think she has issues and wants to be with her, that's you. Let your imagination run away with you. But you're going to wake up to a dark reality. Be grateful for what you have and not wish for anything anyone else has. Because I, Kennedy Brown, I don't try to keep up with the Joneses, and I don't give a damn about what the Smiths have. I don't need my imagination, no baby. I live in a world of reality, and you should too. Love ya. This has been Kennedy Brown. Mwah. Well, hello there. This is Kennedy Brown. And once again, it's time for a message in the music. Do you hear what I hear? Well, I hear in the background right now, Mr. Marvin Gaye singing I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Now, this song is very significant, but Marvin, you know, to me, it's always going to be his song. But Gladys Knight and the Pips, they done a great version of it. And Roger and Zapp, they just took it someplace we'd never seen it go before. But let me tell you my theory on this song, okay? Now, I'm using Marvin's point of view because I know for a fact, as a woman, that a man despises nothing more than he despises a messy female. And the thing about it is that many of his woman's friends are messy females. So I'm going to tell you right now, the worst type of friend you could ever have will be someone who will come up and tell you something about someone that both of you are close to and say, I heard it through the grapevine. Okay, stop right there. When the grapevines start talking, who told you this mess, and why is it so relevant that if you can come back and tell me that you heard it, if it's true, then I don't care how many times the story's going to be told, it's going to come out the same way. But if you heard it through the grapevine, then you're telling me that you don't trust me to tell me who told you this. So I'm thinking to myself, just like you heard something through the grapevine about our friend, you've heard things through the grapevine about me. And I don't care what you heard through the grapevine. All I want to know is what did you say in defense of me when this grapevine was talking? I mean, I'm telling you right now, to me, this is foreign. I don't play that I heard it through the grapevine mess. This is worse than Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me Simo. You know what that means? Feed me Simo lies, because I don't want to hear it. So next time you have something to tell me, Kennedy Brown, just call me and say such and such said this and that about you. And if I don't know that person's birthday, then I don't give a damn what they said about me. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think Marvin, Gladys, or Roger gave a damn back then either. This song was a hit, and you heard it through the grapevine was my jam back then, but don't come with it now. Don't come telling me what you heard through the grapevine. Keep it to yourself. Squeeze those grapes and make some wine, get drunk and go pass out. Diss me with it. Sis, please. Mwah. This has been Kennedy Brown. Love ya. Memories. hello there. This is Kennedy Brown. And once again, it's time for a message in the music. Do you hear what I hear? Okay, now if your ears are keen like mine, I hear the late, great Miss Betty Wright. I hear her singing No Pain, No Gain. Let me break it down to you. Okay, I have no problem with this woman taking this man back after whatever, no pain, no gain. The only problem I have is that she feels the need to justify it to anybody. Now, if that's your man, let that be your man. Whatever is going on in your household, if you don't want anyone else knowing about it, if you don't want anybody else knowing about the pain you're going through, then don't tell them things such as this. Because you know what? Half of your friends are probably going through the same thing. But see, with you tend to feel like you have to explain yourself to people when you don't. When you're probably their backbone. When you're probably the person they run to, not knowing that you're having problems within your home. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Now there is one unless this man is beating you up, if he's putting his foot so far up your behind that the water on his knee quenches your thirst, then by all means, tell someone. You know what I'm saying? As a mother, I would rather see you sitting home alone and single than lying single in a casket. But I'm pretty sure this is not the situation with this woman, and I thank God. The thing is with this woman, she just simply loves her man. And as most people do, men and women both, they make mistakes. But see, when you make mistakes, that mistake between you and your husband is between you and your husband. This old lady out there in the street should have never had to tell you how to run your marriage. Because you know what? You should have gone into it knowing how to run it. You know, my granny pulled me aside before I got married and told me, you cannot take care of a husband if you drink, which you don't. So don't start. Another thing, a single woman really cannot run around with married women because one or two things is going to happen. One of your single friends is going to start coming back telling your husband something on your knee. He's going to be sleeping with her. But again, I hope this is not what's going on in this song. But either way, you know, if it's just something that you and your husband are going through, then you work through it. You have to explain that to nobody, baby. There are only two people in that marriage, and the only third person that should enter it should have already been there. That's God. I'm Kennedy Brown, and this has been A Message in the Music. Love ya. Mwah.